Hello Libra, this is Joe, and I'm going to do your July general tarot reading for the 15th through the 31st of July. This is a general reading. I don't know what it's going to be about, but keep in mind also this is an intuitive reading inspired by spirit, and this message isn't going to be for everybody. It possibly can't be, but if it's not, that's okay. There's always another message on another day that might be meant for you. But we're going to kind of get started and just see. I don't know what the theme's going to be, and we're going to go from there. So you have the Thinker and you have Milk and Honey. So this is kind of interesting, and I'll get into those in a minute. I'm going to just put these off to the side here, and we're going to pull some cards. I've already done the shuffle, but nonetheless, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time shuffling and wasting your time, so we can get right into things. All right, so you have the Moon at the center of things. The Tower, you've had some sweeping change. The Seven of Swords. I feel a sense of worry that you're not going to get Nine of Wands, get somewhere that you really have your hopes set on. Nine of Cups. Or Four of Cups, I'm sorry. Empress. So you really have a dream or a hope or a big wish. You've had some big changes, Libra. Six of Cups. Ten of Swords. And I'm going to move these all in center so you can see them. Page of Cups. And the Emperor. Nice on the outcome. And Knight of Coins. So, Libra, you have had some big change recently. And in that big change, there is still some unfinished business. It feels like there is some uncertainty on your part. Maybe not knowing exactly what to do, or maybe just not knowing how things are going to completely play out for you. So we're going to have a look at this and talk about it. And it's interesting because that Milk and Honey card kind of came out, and you very much have this this energy here of dreaming, hoping and wishing. So I see this as having some big change, some big drastic change in your recent past. And this drastic change has kind of left you feeling a little bit uncertain about how things are going to turn out. And however things are going to turn out, regardless, you are really focused. You have the Four of Cups. Originally you said the Nine of Cups. That was a mistake. You have the Four of Cups and the Six of Cups. And so there's a lot of kind of dreaming, hoping, having big hopes and big wishes, but also some worries about having something, I get the word canceled. You're worried about having something canceled on you, or something maybe that you were hoping to get taken away. And so we're going to dive into this and see what is going on. You have the Moon at the center of things. So you know, sometimes we can't see clearly when the Moon card comes out, and it really calls on us to use our intuition and to really trust our gut. And so I think whatever you have going on, Libra, at this part in July, you really have to trust your gut. You have to trust your intuition, because the Moon only casts enough light to kind of see around you. It provides a limited amount of illumination. So there are a lot of shadows and a lot of things that maybe go bump in the night that we really can't see. We don't always have a clear view of things. And so I think this is really saying right now, at this time for you, is to really trust your gut, trust your intuition at all costs, and go with that, because you've had some big shakeup with the Tower in the past, and you have some uncertainty in your future, and you have some worry about some things that really are giving you a lot of anxiety. And I see this as really having to trust your intuition. I think the Empress here is your challenge, and it's saying that you really have to reinvent yourself. And I think that's maybe what you're trying to do at this part in July, is really to find yourself again, or to recalibrate, readjust, reinvent yourself. And I see this as saying that you have to be willing to really change and adapt to things, because in that change and adaptation, you're really going to find a lot of your answers. And it really, to me, is almost like having to have the courage to do that. And some of you might be a little battle weary and feel like you don't have the courage, but nonetheless, you know, here you have the Nine of Wands, and the Nine of Wands is about courage and strength through adversity and trials and tribulations. And so this is in the best thing that you can do for yourself right now is to remain determined, remain strong, remain resolved to push through things, because I see here there is a renewed sense of hope coming through at this point in July, later in July for you. So whatever you're going through that's been difficult, that's shifted and changed things for you, that has shooken things up, this really is just saying, trust your intuition, trust your gut. You can let your intuition lead the way, because you really can't see things too clearly with the moon. So the moon is there. It's saying to trust which direction to go, trust your internal knowing and guidance. And that Empress is saying to, I think to me, it's saying you need to reinvent yourself, to give birth to something new, and that would be yourself, to kind of rebirth yourself out of these circumstances, because out of that is where you rise up and you'll be able to persevere in a very unique way, is what I feel. You have the Four of Cups. You have the Four of Cups in kind of the subconscious area of things, and I really feel like you are hoping for the best, you're dreaming for the best, and there's something that you very much want out of this situation, and it's this part of the situation that is at the back of your mind continually. And so even when you're not consciously thinking about what you want, your mind is working for you, and it's keeping you driven and focused to achieve that. So I think that's a very good thing. You do have the Seven of Swords in your near future, and I did say I got the word canceled. You might be worried about something might be canceled on you, or you might be worried that something is not going to come through, or somebody might end up with something that you feel like belongs to you. And so I think that's a worry of yours, and I think that there may be a risk of some kind of loss in July, but I feel like if there is, it's because there's something better for you, that's more suited to your highest good. And I think because the Knight of Coins is on the bottom of the deck, I always use that card to give me kind of a broader view, and I see whatever's coming in for you is new in the area of prosperity and stability, but it's just not coming in quite as fast as you had hoped. But nonetheless, it is coming through. You do have the Six of Cups here, and this is all about you. And so to me, again, this is about being very focused, but I think in this you have choices. I think you have more choices than you really realize at this point, and you do have some options, and you do have a focus on what you want. So I think you're really going to be able to see that there is a lot that's definitely a lot better than you were worried things were going to turn out. These big changes that you've been going through, you have a lot of cups in here, so you're very heartfelt about this, but you're also kind of getting what you want, but maybe in a different way, or maybe in a way you didn't expect, because I think there are some better things for you in this coming up. You do have the Ten of Swords influencing around you. So you may be dealing with some negative situations around you where some people are maybe unhappy with you, or maybe you're unhappy with some people, or there's some kind of circumstance tied up in this that is really some people might not like what you decide is best for yourself, and so they might try to put that on you, but it's not yours to own. It's not your burden. You don't need to carry other people's burdens, and I think this is saying, do not take on their pain or their upset, their frustration, because it isn't for you. And then you have the Page of Cups here. The Page of Cups is in your hopes and fears. It's really, I think to me, this is really about what you want more than anything. You want this new change because everything has been kind of shifted on you, and I think it's all been out of your control pretty much up until this point, and you want what you've been hoping for, asking for, or even praying for to come through. And I think this is saying that by the time the end of July rolls around, you're going to see something come through for you that's going to change your situation. So if you're dealing with a relationship, you kind of have to apply this how it fits for you, because I don't get an overly specific message, and usually I do, but I don't really get an overly specific message here in this. But I do feel like if this is about a relationship, if this is about, and this could be any type of relationship, friendship, romantic, family, but if this is about a relationship, I do feel like there is some kind of something comes through that kind of mends things. Things get mended a little bit, and what you want in the end, you do see kind of come out of this situation. Now, the bottom line is something has changed in a big way for you, and there's no denying that. But I think you do maybe get to see things play out overall in a way that you don't see right now, or you didn't see coming. And I think in the end, it makes you come out on top, because I said that perseverance, having that strength and courage through adversity, that's really what gives you all the success by the end of the month of having coming through a very adversarial situation. No matter, again, what this is about, it is very adversarial, but it's also about believing that what you're hoping for is going to materialize or come through, or at least that things are going to settle out in a way that you can live with and be okay with. And I think the Emperor here, because it's in your final outcome, I think you come out owning the situation, owning your part in things, but I think you come out unscathed. I think there's some worry that you might lose something, or you might have something taken from you, and I think that in the end that does not happen. So whatever your big worry, Libra, in July is, I think that you're okay. I think that it's just there's a lot of changes, there's a lot of uncertainty, and there's some conflict with some people, and I think you need to ride above that and take the high road. And you may have to kind of reinvent yourself. You might have to take some roles, assume some roles that maybe you aren't used to, but nonetheless, no matter how you apply this, you're going to come out much better in the long run. You do have two cards here. You have the Thinker. And so I see like this, this really just kind of calculating your next moves, your next move, or you might even be just kind of thinking, how the heck did all this just kind of blow up out of nowhere? But I think that this is saying to put your thoughts in a positive direction. You do have things that that you can use your mind and apply it to kind of work through the situation, the scenario. Don't dwell on thinking of the things that have already happened, but rather think about how you can navigate through the rest of this to get to your ultimate outcome, which is milk and honey. And like I said, I feel like you're worried about losing something, but I don't think that happens. I think in the end it leads you to feeling very good in the outcome, and no matter what, you're going to have this kind of worry about sudden loss or a big loss. That's going to go away, and it's going to lead you on to like some more prosperity and better things. That Emperor is a great way to end the month, and it's really being in charge, being in command, control of everything. And I think that you're going to be okay, Libra. So that's your reading, and I'm going to end it here. I hope this made sense for you. If it does, leave me a thumbs up, let me know, leave me a comment, and I will say have a great rest of your day. Thank you.